Hello, hello. Welcome back to the L.A.M.E Book Club podcast. My name is Melissa.
I'm Ellie.
And today we are on our last episode of the Throne of Glass book in the Throne of Glass series. It's going to be chapters 38 through 55. And yeah, after this, we're going to jump into Crown of Midnight. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. You know, we've said it. I'm excited to be done with these two books and then really get into the story.
Yeah, you know what though? I like going through the outline for the next one. I am a little bit more excited to talk about Crown of Midnight than I am about Throne of Glass. They're both great. We need a caveat. They're both great. It's just once you've experienced the rest of them, to go back and talk about these ones, it's hard.
It's tragic.
And it's
as
not
Kim
tragic,
would say.
it's just hard. As who would say?
Kim, tragic.
Oh, yes. I didn't hear it. I was too busy talking.
It's okay.
But yes. So, I'm excited. I think it'll be good. I'm excited to end. As I was doing the Crown of Midnight one, though, I was thinking about the ending of Throne of Glass, and I was like, okay, I'm excited. Like, it's a good ending. And then it's a good opener, too. And all of them, it's good. It's all good.
It's all good. Everything's good. It's fine. It's great. How was your week? I'm going to be just so honest with all of you, my friends. It's been exactly 3 days since Melissa and I have recorded our last podcast. So tell me, Melissa, how was your week?
My last 3 days have been so busy. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, really not much. I feel like it doesn't matter. It could be 3 days or 4 weeks. You ask me that question and my mind just goes blank and I'm like, I've done nothing.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I don't even think I've breathed. It was good. It has been busy, but like a good busy. Yeah, I'm jealous. The reason we're recording early, and actually, right after this, we're going to record our first Crown of Midnight episode, too, even though it's going to be released on the same schedule, is because stupid dummy Ellie gets to go to Hawaii, and I don't. Just kidding. I'm just
really
jealous.
Excited. I'm going to be honest. I'm excited to be on the sand and in the beach and all that. That's great.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for almost a week and a half of uninterrupted reading time on the beach, because the way my family vacations is just laying on the beach all day long. Yeah. And we're not sightseeing. We're not trying to do stuff. It's just relaxation. So I'm bringing like 3 books. I'm hoping to finish all of them, and I'll report back. I might not finish any. We'll just see how I take it.
Watch this be the one vacation where you guys are actually like, let's go ATVing and like actually do stuff.
Well, so they wanted to do this kayaking excursion, and I'm all for kayaking. That sounds fun. But my brother and sister-in-law they're CrossFitters. They own a CrossFit gym. They're shredded. They have 8-packs. All good. When we're on a beach together, I'm not insecure. It's fine. I wear my jeans.
I have my beach sweater. It's okay.
My beach denim. It's fine. All that to say, they're like, ooh, yeah, kayaking's cool, but what if we do a kayaking challenge to Molokai Island? And I'm like,
I don't even know where that is, but it sounds far.
3.5 miles of, quote, intense kayaking. The quote on the website is like, you'll make it back. Whether you make it back by us pulling you or on your own is up to you, or something like that. And I'm like, I'm not out of shape, but I am not that in shape, I think.
Truthfully, forget of how in shape or not you are. Why on
vacation?
Earth, yes, would I not only do that, it's not relaxing, but would I pay someone to do that? Pay someone to hate my life for 3.5 miles of sea.
Oh my gosh. And not even that, but then they're like, it's not a sketchy website, but it makes it sound sketchy when they're like, and we'll take you around the back of the island to places nobody sees on a normal basis. And I'm like, that sounds like the beginning of 47 Meters Down, if you're asking me. So I'll stay on the front side of the island where everybody goes.
I'll stay in public view, thank you very much.
No, you're not taking me to no secondary location.
Yeah.
So
can't get past this mind. Well, it's not your week. It's going to be your week.
Well, no. Turns out the place like isn't even running that challenge anymore, so we can't do it. And I was like,
bummer.
No, aw.
My vacation's ruined. Ellie. Sorry, I'm moving on. Ellie.
Yes, go ahead.
Did you watch the Oscars this last weekend?
I so did. It was actually my first time ever watching the Oscars.
Oh, our family has a really good friend who is so into just awards shows in general, and she had us was like, oh, let's do this. And so we ended up doing like a watch party, and everyone just brought a bunch of appetizers, and oh my goodness, I ate so much food I felt sick. Was it
Asia's and Lucy's thing?
Yeah.
Those appetizers looked so good.
Yeah, there was deep fried ravioli, everyone. Deep fried ravioli. It was delicious. I've never had one of those. I hadn't either until last Sunday, and now I can't stop thinking about them.
We need to figure out how to make those. Yeah,
it's probably not that hard. They were from Trader Joe's, so it's also probably easier to just buy them.
Yeah,
but
so true.
Oh my gosh! And then there was also like pot stickers. Like it was so random, but it was all so good. And
you know what? That's so funny you say that, because the Oscar party I went to, I didn't know, but we showed up and it was appetizer night as well. But it was just stuff that they had around the house, and I think they might have bought some wings and stuff for it. But it was so good. I love appetizer night. I always overeat on appetizer night, always, because I think portion, another small portion, 10 small portions in.
It was a large portion. I made the. It's old news, I guess, now, but that, like, viral feta cheese pasta dish that was big. What, like, I don't know, probably 2 years ago.
I was publicly shamed about that one, but yeah, go ahead.
Why?
Because I go to Kroger, and I was like, do you guys have feta cheese? And she's like, ugh, you're doing the TikTok challenge, huh? Great. No, we don't have anymore. It's all sold out. And I was like, I'm sorry for being so Gen Z right now.
You drew like the fingers, like, no, I'm not. Well, yes, they have it in stock because it's not popular anymore now. So if you want to go try it. But I did that, but I was like, okay, but it's appetizer. So I made everything in the dish like you're supposed to. And then I just didn't add noodles, and I got pita chips, and I made it a dip. It was so good.
Ooh, fun. Look, it's so creative.
Thanks. I was actually really proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
Normally, I'm the girl that brings the mozzarella sticks, so this was a big step up.
Genuinely, you guys, I don't think Melissa and I have anything to say about the Oscars outside of the food we ate whilst watching the Oscars. I think we can leave it at that.
No, I have one thing to say. to say. Ryan Gosling gets a 10 out of 10 for his his performance.
I hated that.
No, I loved it. It was hilarious.
No, it was such a good. I was like,
Ryan Gosling.
Simu? Where's Simu? And then
they were all in
out,
it.
and the whole thing was so good.
I know, I loved it. And then I think anyone who is over the age of 25, maybe a little bit older, I don't know, but everyone can all come into agreement that Emma Stone looked phenomenal, but we all had a little bit of a jump scare when we saw the peplum on her dress. Can we not agree?
Peplum?
The way her dress, you know how it was like, it fit her, but then on her waist, it like shot out. Peplum. I think that's what it's called. Oh. Am I wrong?
I don't.
Now I'm embarrassed.
I've never heard that. But I would think that you're right, because I've never heard anything else
either. Well, if I'm wrong, don't tell me.
But I thought she handled that so well. She handled it how I would have handled it. Just straight up own it. Don't like try to hide it and then be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just like, my dress ripped.
Yeah. Because I was going ham during I'm Just Ken.
Truly, and I think this goes for all public speeches, and I'm not a public speaker. Everyone who knows me knows that I would rather pull out every single one of my eyelashes before I public spoke anything. But if you go up there and you're just like, I'm going to be so honest, I'm so nervous, let's get her done.
Yeah.
Immediately hilarious, everyone loves you. And that's
you
my hot
earned my
take.
respect.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, so I guess I had a little bit to say, but it's not really anything big. Also, go Oppenheimer. Woo. Okay, cool. Well, if you're not a part of our Discord, you should join. We have a forever link in our Instagram stories where you can go ahead and add it. We talk each channel for different books throughout the series. So if you haven't read it, go ahead and mute the other ones. But if you have, feel free to dive in. Just kidding.
Nice.
I hated that. Ugh.
No, I liked it. That was so on key. That was good.
No, it was. I'm
Keep
embarrassed
going.
again. Okay. Dive in. Just jump. Have fun. Talk to us. And then also, if you don't already follow us on Instagram, please do. It's at Lame Book Club Pod. We also have a YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe there. And specifically on Apple Podcasts. Even if you listen on Spotify, it has to be on Apple Podcasts. But if you could leave us a review, like a written review, that would be excellent. It helps our algorithm and pushes it out so then other people can find us better. So we'll also read it. We have actually one today. It was a comment on Instagram, but it felt like a review, so we're adding it and we're including it.
We'll make an exception because it was so sweet. If you can do nothing else but comment, I'll accept it.
That's so true.
So this comes from Martha Reads 8. Oh, made my whole week. Greatly looked forward to your podcasts while finding a love for reading again during my ACOTAR journey during the month of February. Loved the informative conversations, insights, theories, opinions, and most of all, the overall relaxed vibe of discussing books amongst great friends. That's you and me. A definite highlight
us.
during the reading journey, and can't wait to start Throne of Glass and tune into more amazing episodes. Thank you for all that you do.
Oh, I can't wait for you to hear this.
All that I do is
thank you.
write an outline. Takes me about 2 hours. What's the bon appetit? Bon apple teeth.
Bone apple teeth. Yep. Sulavu bone apple teeth.
Yeah,
no, but yes, thank you. It means a lot. We love that you guys love it. We have so much fun doing it, so I hope that you feel that when you're watching it and listening or whatever you prefer. I'm more of a listener myself, but apparently it's a big thing to like watch podcasts on YouTube. I did not know that until we started doing this, and my husband helps us produce this, and he's like, "You have to have a YouTube channel," and I was like, "Okay."
I thought he was in the room. That was so scary good.
I also dub as a voice actor, so just kidding.
For just Zeke.
For only Zeke. Anyways, whatever your mode of transportation, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna keep saying this until we're done with our Crown of Midnight books. But if you're sick of it, skip like 15 seconds. But here you go. Here's your one and only warning, because I am positive we're gonna be spoiling something at some point. We've already read and released episodes on Assassin's Blade because we decided to read that book first and then jump into Throne of Glass. So if you're reading the books in publication order and haven't gotten there yet, you probably want to wait and come back to this episode because there will be spoilers. And that is all I have to say.
Yes, and that's perfect. You ended there because I just swallowed my last bite. Sorry, we're doing this during dinner time, and Chaol is sitting 6 inches away from me.
I wasn't going to say
only
anything,
so strong.
I wasn't going to say anything, but now that you brought it up, I could hear the swooshing of your food. So if anyone else could hear that.
No, I put the mic so far from my face. I'm so sorry.
It is
right.
Absolutely like ick, but it's fine.
I'm so sorry. I'm an ick. I hate
No, you're
that.
not an ick. The noise was an ick.
No, I'm an ick. I hate that. I'm so sorry. I swear to you that will never happen again on this exact episode. I'm probably never going to eat for the rest of my life.
Don't say that.
Okay.
It's a joke. Well, it was funny. I'm glad we talked about it because I'm curious how many people are gonna be like, "What's that noise?" And then we'll get to this part and then be like, "Oh no, the sour cream."
Ew. No. Okay. I'm getting into Throne of Glass. Here we go. Melissa. Oh, guess what, everyone? Since your girl wrote the outline, guess who's back in the lead? Yours
Welcome
truly.
back, Ellie.
Thank you. Chapter 38. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right. Jump in whenever, because I don't have a lot of questions in here. Celaena is getting suspicious of Nehemia because she's the only one who knows anything about word marks, and word marks keep showing up whenever there's a death in the castle. Celaena gets ready to sneak into the ball. She's excited to go, but is mostly going to keep tabs on Nehemia. She literally is just like, okay, I'm going to the ball per Dorian's orders. And all the guards in the front of her door that are guarding her from leaving are like, "Milady, let me escort you to the ball." Fired. Dorian immediately... Really? Dorian immediately spots her and is enamored. Someone asks if that's Chaol's wife, and then Dorian is like, "No," and goes and pouts. Side note,
we love a pouty boy.
I wrote this and then deleted it. I wrote it because I thought that there was some significance. And then after reading the rest of this book, I was like, there's no significance. Why did they add this? Celaena says, wow, Celena's like maiden, the handmaiden who's dressing her. She's like, this dress is so beautiful. I almost didn't recognize you. And Celaena says, yeah, where did you get this? And she just said, it's around. And that was the end of that conversation. I thought the dress might have some significance later on because they made a point to talk about, like, where did you get it? It's so beautiful. It's maybe the most beautiful dress I've ever worn. And they never bring it up again.
That's true. I'm trying to remember what she could have implied. If it was like, oh, like, it's around, but actually, like, I spent so much time making it specifically for you.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I got the books mixed up. I got this one and I think a Court of Mist and Fury mixed up because I thought it might have been Dorian's mother's dresses or something, like how it was Rhysand's mother's dresses, and I was like, "Oh, that's sweet. I'll add that in."
That was a Court of Wings and Ruin. That wasn't Mist and Fury.
Yeah, but still,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it wasn't this, and so I thought weird add-in, but whatever. So I deleted it, so we didn't have to talk about it.
Actually, though, no. We're pointing it out now. What if it comes out later on? And that is a subtle connection. Who's to say?
Grasping.
No, that would not be unlike Sarah J. Maas to have one random line in a book from when she was 16 and then
I think she would have brought it up more.
No. Listen.
Yes.
Okay, it would not be out of character. No, listen and accept.
No.
It would not be.
No, listen and fully accept it in your heart. No. Okay.
Listen and believe.
You have to believe. Okay. Okay, so we talked about Dorian pouting. After Nehemia has done absolutely zilch for the entire ball, Celaena is like, okay, Nehemia is not the murderer. Which, quick assumption for her to be like, she's the murderer. And then quick assumption after, 2 hours to be like, she couldn't possibly be the murderer.
Also,
I think...
I don't feel like we touched on it enough, and that's might be in the last episode about I mentioned that Chaol kind of asked her to help and do the investigation, but then that's kind of all we did. Like, that's that on that. But her very first assumption was her only friend in the castle.
I know.
Like, could you?
Bless her heart.
I can't.
I know. But
honestly, though,
I have nothing else to say to that. Yeah.
It made me think. I was like, oh my gosh, because I think I said this last episode. Nehemia was just kind of like, I did not like her, but it just felt like she knew so much more than she was letting on, and so that's where I was like, I was definitely suspicious of her, which, like you said, Celaena was also. But I was like, oh my gosh, when she said that, I'm like, Nehemia is the murderer. Oh my gosh, she's the bad guy. And I was like, I hate that she's the bad guy. Too.
Yeah.
But then I also in 2 hours was like, nah, she's not the bad guy.
I kind of feel like that is telling of Sarah's young writing.
True,
where
maybe.
She's so back and forth. She doesn't commit one way or another, where in the later books that she writes, it's a big lead up to a reveal of, oh, they're the murderer, and we kind of assumed, but we weren't saying outright. I don't know. So this was could it be? Could it not?
This could have been maybe her, like, juvenile attempt at that. Yeah. Kind of like trying to throw us off with the scent
before
somewhere
she's
else.
Perfected her craft. Yes.
So
Celaena kind of ends the night toting the line with that. She doesn't even officially say, Nehemia's not. She's just like, I'm not sure. And none of us really are.
And I'm going to sleep.
Yeah. Celaena asks Chaol to dance, and he literally says no. Cool. But then they hold hands, and then she's thinking things like, wow, he's so handsome, and he's so loyal and honest and integrous. And then Dorian interrupts, and Chaol literally just drops her hand super quick. Dorian asks her to dance, and Chaol throws an actual hissy fit, being like, it's not a good idea. And Celaena, do you remember who you are? You shouldn't be seen with him, and vice versa, which is not nice.
I was getting so over him at this point.
I know.
I'm like, you obviously like her, and I want her to like Dorian, but it seemed, truthfully, they seem better together.
They did, yeah.
But, like, they didn't, but they did. I don't know, regardless.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you're such a jerk. Like, pick a lane and stay in it. Stop just this wishy-washy. It's annoying.
he doesn't, it's one of those like, if I can't have you, no one can have you situations where he's like fighting himself, but then he's putting her down to prove to himself that he can't be with her. And it's like, put yourself down if you want to do that, if you want to play that game. Okay. Yes. So Dorian saves the day in asking her to dance, and also by saying, relax, Chaol, which, good. He tells Celaena she's so beautiful, and he's intimidated by her, and she's just gorgeous, and that, like, they dance the night away. We love it.
And we love a king who knows his feelings.
Mm-hmm. Dorian follows Celaena back to her rooms when she leaves the ball, and he kisses her. We love it.
Yes.
Dorian's set on being with her and making it work. So he's very in his head of, Chaol's right, it's not going to work, but I'm going to make it work. Chaol watches Celaena happy dance on her balcony from the garden below. Womp womp. That was such a funny picture.
I honestly, and I'm just like, I don't even feel bad for him, because I'm like, you are just doing this to yourself. Well, but he's doing it to himself. I'm like, you were holding hands with her, then you dropped them. Honestly, genuinely though, understand the nerves. But then it's like, I felt like he had to like double down and be like, yeah, well, I could never like you. Remember who you are, criminal. Like, okay, relax. You could, dropping her hand is enough. Like,
you did it.
Says a lot.
You got the job done. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And then he doesn't have to be standing out there watching her be happy and just being like, I'm so sad she's happy with him and not me. Like,
I know.
Also, I think I've said this, but I'm just saying it again. I can't stop picturing him as one of the twins, the thief twins from Tangled, and specifically the one with the eye patch. The entire series. I'm not even kidding. Yes, through Kingdom of Ash. Eye patch, red hair.
No, he's so much cuter than that.
In my head,
he's not. I don't even like him, and he's so much cuter than that.
I understand. I've seen the fan art, and I just can't stop. That's what my mind started with, and that's where we're at.
Okay. I understand that, truly.
It's unfortunate, honestly.
Yeah. It is what it is. Chapter 40, Celaena names the puppy Fleetfoot. Like the running store, Fleet Feet.
No, I did not.
Do you have those? You don't have
Fleet Feet? I don't
run. Oh.
So I wouldn't be in a running store.
if anyone begins to run, Fleet Feet, they got it. They got the shoes.
This episode is sponsored by Fleet Feet.
I wish.
It's not. Yeah, I know.
Duke Perrington tells Lady Kaltain who Celaena really is. He tells her that they want her to slip something into Celaena's goblet before the duel. Drug her so it guarantees that she loses and Cain can kill her. That's so 0 to 100.
I know.
So quickly.
Because I felt, she was like, something's up. I hate this girl. She likes the guy I want to marry. And, the Duke is creepy and he knows things that I don't know. And then all of a sudden they approach her and they're like, kill her. Like, what?
And she goes along with it. I
know. She's not a girl's girl.
Jealousy. The green monster reared up strong in her.
Sure
Chapter
did.
41. Celaena does some research. She finds the word marks that were near the body that was recently killed in the last episode. If you don't know what body, you probably should go back to that episode and listen. Or read the book. 2 options. The book she's studying says that those word marks are for sacrifices to the Ritterak, which is a demon of sorts.
It's like a creature.
The marks summon the creature who eats the sacrifice and then grants the summoner the victim's strength. Ooh.
That's creepy.
Would you kill someone?
I didn't realize.
Just kidding.
For that? Yeah, well, I'm just kidding. I didn't realize you were about to say creature, so I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, no, I still don't think I could. It would be pretty cool to take someone's strength like that, but not enough for me to kill them.
So true. Yeah, I don't think I know I would never kill someone, and I want that on the record on the internet. Let's move on.
That's true. I made it seem like the only reason I wouldn't kill someone is because it's not incentive enough. I also would never do it. But with that being said, it's still not enough incentive, even if I was willing.
Yeah. Yes. Celaena realizes that there's nowhere to summon a creature like that other than in the Forgotten Chambers, you know, the ones connected to her room. So she goes down into the passage and sees someone performing one of those rituals. She's like, it's somebody. It's Nehemia. And she's got us all in the first half. And then she turns the corner. She's like, no, it's Cain. Okay, so how was that reveal for you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 6. On one hand, I was surprised to see that he was, like, I just picture him being like this like dumb brute. So I'm like, okay, he's clearly clever. But on the other hand, I feel like she had referenced him so much, and he keeps coming up, and he keeps being like, oh wow, he's not just strong, he's fast. And, like, I don't know, like I feel like there's been little hints of like his character being more than he seems. So because of that, I was like, oh, Avi.
Yeah, right. For me, I'm sorry, Sarah, I love everything you do. I even love this book. But I was super disappointed in that because it's the most obvious suspect was
I guess that's
the
true.
Villain. And so I was kind of bummed out that it wasn't some grand reveal of, oh, it was the
Dorian.
Queen all along or something. Yeah, honestly, that would have been a huge shock. That's so true. It's just ultimate betrayal, but it's like, no, it's the guy. You always want it, I would quote The Office, you always want it to be the person you most medium suspect.
That's so true.
If we were recasting, the person I most medium suspect would probably have been Ress, or...
I don't think Ress is in this book.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
I didn't read ahead, so I know that I just read his name.
That's so true. I didn't remember.
Or Chaol, or...
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, it'd be Chaol or, honestly, Nehemia.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want...
She was getting up there with the most suspect. Because...
Well, yes, but that made it feel like it wasn't. You know, like, we're only,
you know
like...
who would be good?
Wait.
Yes.
The brother.
Which brother?
Holland.
Oh, Holland. That would be good, too. But I was going to say Knox. Most medium suspect.
That would be good, because I did suspect him at first, and then he won my trust, so that puts him at medium.
That puts him at medium.
That equals medium.
There you have it, folks.
That would be good. All right, let's rewrite this story.
I know.
So she walks down there and sees Knox performing.
Okay. Cain summons.
From here, the rest of this, here on out, it's Throne of Glass by Melissa and Ellie, not Sarah J. Maas.
0 cells, record lows. Cain summons the Ritterak and then tries to kill Celaena by locking her in the room with the demon. He says, you know, it wasn't supposed to be you tonight. Haha. Then closes the door. Ew. She manages to escape the room and runs for Elena's tomb. She uses King Gavin's sword. How do you say this? Damaris? Damaris?
I say Damaris, but I don't know if that's right.
Damaris sounds good. To kill the Ritterak, but not before it bit her hand. So I read that so wrong last night. I don't know why, but I initially wrote scratched her chest and then was like, I don't know why she keeps referencing her hand hurts and there's like feelings to her like thumb and hand. And then I went back and I'm like, why did I think it scratched her chest? It bit her hand.
No, it scratches her chest in our version. That's why.
That's exactly why.
Yes, I remember this. Keep going.
Yeah. So she leaves the chambers and goes back to her room to find Nehemia waiting there, so worried. Celaena goes unconscious immediately. Celaena wakes up, and realizes that her hand is healed. Nehemia used word magic to fix her up. She was only out for 3 hours, so she didn't miss much. Nehemia insists on the truth. Celaena tells her that she is Celaena Sardathian. She knows Eyllwe from the years that she spent in Endovir. And Nehemia ends up naming her Elentia.
Elentia.
No, Elentia is also acceptable, which is spirit that cannot be broken. Any comments?
Can't get over how you said it.
Elentia?
Elentia.
I don't know. I feel like it needs some apostrophes over some E's if you were going to convince me that it's Elentia.
I just can't see it. When I look at it, I like, you know when you look at a word and you like almost hear how it sounds.
Yeah, all my words.
That's yeah, because I read with my eyes. And I just can't fathom it being pronounced any other way.
If you're wondering, so Melissa's slowly highlighting that word as she's talking about it.
In my mind, I'm going Elentia. Yeah. All right. Whatever.
You know what? You're probably not wrong, and I'm probably not wrong, and so
that's so
we'll
true.
Never say
We're
that
both
word again,
right.
And we'll move on.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned never say that word again, I liked the sentiment of this, but I was getting so irritated with that. I'm like, okay, people think she's Lillian. Close circle knows she's Celaena,
oh my gosh,
and now she's also Elentia. I'm like,
yeah.
I just
and
pick a
you
name.
already said Lillian. Yeah, too many aliases.
And so anytime Nehemia referred to her as I'm so dumb. Anytime Nehemia referred to her as Elentia, when I was reading in my mind, I'd go, Nehemia said, "Hey, come here," and I just wouldn't even my mind. I couldn't even hear it. I wouldn't even. Because I just wanted to skip it. There's too many names.
Too many. I get it. To be fair, that's sometimes how I'll read the Bible with all those big names. I'll just skip past. Starts with an M, and I'll remember that.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
Celaena is training with Nox, the most medium suspect, and decides to tell him the truth. So I thought that was really sweet and kind of out of nowhere that she was like, you know what? This is it. He needs to know.
Even more of a reason for him to have been the villain, truthfully. He's on the ends. He's on the ends.
Now he knows. Yeah. She tells him the truth about her, about the deaths, and ultimately about just how dangerous being in this castle is. She convinces him to take off, and he does, but not before he says to her, "Rip Cain's head off." So sweet.
He's back in good graces in our version.
Yeah. Dorian and Celaena kiss again after playing chess that night. You know, chess, the game of love.
The game of love. Obviously, because when I think of chess, the first thing I think of is smooching a king on a mini date.
Making out.
Yeah.
You know, in all seriousness, I really love chess. I am very bad at it. I just so
understand it. Yeah. I get it. I know the basics. It's just not fun. It's too much thought, too much thinking, and I'm not
Said
good.
From the literary analysis host, my friends.
It takes too much work to use my brain. I don't like doing things I'm not good at, and I understand the conundrum that puts me in, but that's where I'm at.
It's fair. I think a lot of people are like that. I'm like that.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, Celaena goes back to her room and she has nightmares. The final duels are the following day, and then the King's Champion will finally be named. So it is all coming to a close. They are at the duels the very next day.
There's just something about the transition. And now there's the following day, there's the duels. They are at the duels.
Chaol offers Celaena his sword to use as a weapon within the duels. However, Nehemia comes up and offers her... Are you laughing because you read my notes?
Yeah, and then I'm also laughing because I choked a little bit. We're good.
Okay. However, Nehemia comes up and offers her a staff from Eyllwe. She says... Okay, sorry.
What?
I just put in a random le... I just said, she says leather wood. I was really tired, I think. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm trying to say, and what I'm trying to say is this. She says...
you meant to say the le wood is from the forest of Eyllwe.
I don't think I was trying to be fancy French. I think my fingers slipped. She says the wood is from the forests of Eyllwe. What's the sentence? I'm so sorry. Should we cut this out? I'm
floundering. We have to leave it in. And I'm going to read the exact sentence to our audience so that they can laugh along with us. I'm telling you guys right now, verbatim, this is what Ellie wrote. She says, lay the wood from the, because there's no space, forest of Eyllwe, defeat steel from Otterlin. I think what you meant to say is it's made from the woods of forest.
Really got away from me.
meant to say the wood from Eyllwe forest can defeat steel in Otterlin, or something along those lines.
Yeah, she said something. She whispered it to Celaena and said,
Honestly,
beat them with the wood from the Eyllwe forest. Beat the steel from Adderlin.
This sentence messed me up so much I don't even remember what the book was talking about. I feel like you just made this up.
I clearly did. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that Nehemia said that the wood from Eyllwe needs to beat the steel from Adderlin, and Celaena needs to use the staff in order to do that. And my next sentence makes all the sense, where I said,
it actually doesn't.
Lovely sentiment to beat the steel with the wood, but not at this current moment, I think.
But not now,
in the middle of this intense duel, use the stick instead of the sword.
Yeah. Unless it's, I mean,
stress me out.
I think the only reason that I wasn't like, I'm sorry, you want to use a branch, was because she, like, again, Nehemia just knows everything, and we just kind of randomly, like, get little tidbits from her. So I was like, well,
wise.
This is probably, like, word-marked magic in some way. And
probably,
it's not
but
actually
with
a branch,
anyone's
or I don't know.
Normal insight, like if you were in the book living this life and your normal insight, someone comes up and says, instead of that sword, use this staff. Or you're trying to kill me.
Or if you're in a street brawl and someone's like, put down the dagger. Here's a paper straw.
Yeah.
That would be like,
exactly.
Nah, I don't know.
Exactly. And again, it could be a testament to how skilled Celaena is with any weapon. But again, I say she was losing nearly every fight she was in this entire book. So I just really wasn't feeling like super confident with that stick. So,
true.
Moving forward, Cain and
Renault?
I feel like that's not the name. I don't think his name was Renault.
No, it was something like that. Whatever. Cain duels with one of... There's 4 people. Cain duels with one, and Celaena duels Grave. Yes. Shocker, yes. Cain wins.
Celaena, shocker, wins that duel within 2 minutes. Not shocker to the plot line, but shocker to the fact that she wasn't winning much. So
yeah,
now
and then
she's
all
doing
of a sudden
good.
she just completely destroys someone.
Yeah, which is great. We love that. She is then offered wine, which Kaltain poisons with bloodbane. The poison makes Celaena weak and disoriented, and it gives Cain an obvious advantage. Cain is talking to her and asks, while they're dueling, they start the duel, Cain starts talking to her and asks what it was like waking up in between her parents covered in their blood. So we're kind of shocked because, yeah.
Oh, I'm not shocked. We already saw him down in the tomb doing word-marky stuff. I feel like if he's like, oh yeah, I know things I shouldn't know, I'm like, yeah, probably. I wasn't shocked by that. I was more shocked. I wasn't shocked that he knew. I was shocked that he was bringing it up, and like that's just how messed up that is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me.
You know what? I was going to do one of those skip ahead because I have something to say, but I don't even think you've read this since you've not yet finished Kingdom of Ash.
Yeah, so
keep this in the back of your mind. I don't just will stop talking.
I have like
Cain
200 pages left of Kingdom of Ash.
Oh, good. You're just 100 pages away from all of it just crumbling.
Okay, I figured, but keep going.
Every SJM book, the last 100 pages, are the most insane wild ride of my entire life. And that's all I have to say. Cain is winning, and Celaena lays defeated on the floor. Chaol keeps telling her to get up. Just get up, get up, get up. She's hearing it, but she cannot. Celaena is starting to see creatures surrounding her, and she knows that they are not hallucinations. The others in the audience cannot see the creatures as those creatures attack her, but then all of a sudden, who shows up but Elena? And she sweeps in to save her, gets rid of the creatures, and takes the poison out of Celaena's body. So the next thing you know, Celaena... Yes.
Can we just talk about how interesting that would be to be one of the just, like, people in attendance for the duel? She's, like, writhing and fighting on the ground.
I would absolutely think she had, like, schizophrenia but, like,
the air. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I just want to say that. Keep going.
I thought I put the mic down ready to get into it, but that's it.
No, that's all.
So Celaena wins against Cain, ultimately. We're all super excited. But then all of a sudden, there's a word mark on her head. And everyone notices that she has a word mark on her forehead. But I felt like this was so random because I don't understand why this word mark shows up. I understand that, but I don't understand why she has this word mark on her head.
I think it
doesn't necessarily protect her.
No, I think it had more to do with,
I know she mentions
like,
her lineage.
healing her. Oh, well,
I don't know if that's what it is.
We've already talked about the ceremony with where she got the arrow from Deanna. Yeah, that was last episode. That same word mark showed up then, too. I think it's when they did the Halloween. I can't remember, Sam Hewen, that festival or like I don't know, the celebration for it. That they had the like children that walked around and randomly picked someone and like gave them something like, oh, this god picks you. You're gonna. I don't know. One of the girls came up and picked her for Deanna, the huntress goddess or whatever, and gave her a golden arrow. And didn't the word mark like kind of show up on her head then? Or am I making that up?
I don't remember that, but that's not to say you're wrong. That's just to say I have a bad memory.
Yeah, I also have a bad memory. So why are we doing this?
I have no idea. Let's quickly move on and pretend that's not happening. But all that to say, I really just don't. Regardless of if it showed up or not, that word mark literally never gets brought up or shown again for the entire rest of the series. So I felt really random.
We can just chalk this up to 16-year-old SJM.
All right, that's fair enough. So Cain tries to stab Celaena in the back as she's resting in her winning spirit. And so Chaol jumps out and stops him by killing Cain. And this is the first man that Chaol has ever killed. And he immediately just curls into himself and is like, goodbye, I have to go deal with my life.
Can we also just stop for a second and talk about how he somehow made it to being captain of the guards without
and never killing anyone?
That feels very unrealistic to me.
Yeah. Also, he's captain of the guards and I think he's, 17?
22, but young still.
No way. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because Celaena's like 18 and he's a couple years older. Because she asked when he became captain and he said 20 and that was like in the past.
Oh, you're so right. I thought he was 17. Okay, 22 is better, but still not great. I feel like you shouldn't be captain of the guards till you're like 35.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd say like 40 average.
Meet the middle, 37 and a half.
When someone's really impressive, it's like, wow, you became captain at 37?
Yes, exactly. Yes. That's the energy. So, anyways.
I feel like that's making him like CFO at 22. It just feels different.
I know.
Okay, I'm done. Let's move on.
Also, wait, real quick story on that. So I don't even want to tell the story. Never mind. It's so embarrassing. Okay, I'll tell it. We were at a family dinner and my family really likes to
my arm.
Yeah. My family loves to, it's an extended family dinner. They love to one up on each other. Oh, you know, your cousin's doing this. He's so great. He's whatever. Oh, Ellie's doing this. He's so great. Whatever. So then my husband decides to chime in. I don't know why. And he was like, Ellie's on track to be a CFO. And he got like the name wrong. It was controller, which is much different. And everyone was like, wow. Like they all just stopped and they're like, you're so young to be a CFO. And I'm like red in the face. Like, I just want to leave.
Were you just like, that's because I'm not?
That's so funny you say that. It's actually because I'm not going to be a CFO. I was mortified and I truly bit his head off in the car. So I'm sweating now thinking about how just embarrassed I still am. That's just the worst thing that's ever happened in my life. So Dorian... No. Where am I?
Yeah, he beats himself up for watching.
Yeah, so again, Chaol is reclused. Dorian beats himself up for just watching and not helping Celaena during that entire fight. Which I can honestly, kind of understand both sides. Mm-hmm.
I get, like, if he, like, has feelings for her, I get him wanting to help, but, like, he couldn't. It's not like, right. I mean, other than doing what Chaol did and, like, just being next to her when that happened and killing him, like, he wasn't next to her. He couldn't have stopped him. I don't know. I like you said, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, don't beat yourself up about it. It's not like you just stood there while she was fighting in the street and didn't help or anything. Like,
and also just coming I mean, I feel like I understand the position of a child with a strict parent. Not that his parent was just strict, but you're very, like, your whole body freezes because you cannot disobey. You know, you have this mindset of, like, I can't do anything. You don't want to rattle the room. You don't want to shake any drama up or anything like that. So I understand. I just feel bad that he was so helpless and then was so upset with himself for being so helpless. It's a tough position to be in. So Perrington then goes and tells the king. This was my favorite part of the book, I think.
Me too. I did not see this part coming.
No. He goes and tells the king, Sir, Kaltain drugged the assassin. Oof. Kaltain is literally dragged to the prison after that. And I'm kind of like, you reap what you sow, but I felt a little bad.
You do reap what you sow, but also that it's still so messed up somehow.
It's like, so messed up.
Like, I don't understand how it's they're so different, but I don't know. Keep going.
Okay, so then we're at chapter 51 now, aka Nehemia's tell-all. Nehemia reveals that what Celaena saw at the duel was real and that she can see it too. Nehemia reveals that she drew the marks under Celaena's bed to protect her, which I liked that we initially thought that was a whole bad thing, but the word marks were to protect these people.
Yes.
Loved that. Nehemia opened the portal to the realm with Elena in it, and that is how Elena was able to come out and help Celaena during the duel. So
I loved this, but I was like, what? Who are you? Are you Elena actually? Like, I'm like, she's just this whole time she's just known all these things but then pretended not to, and I'm just like, you're back to suspect now at this point, even though everything has been helpful. I just don't understand why she's not like, okay, like if I was Nehemia, I'd be like, and Celaena's like genuinely like my good friend, I'd be like, I have to tell you something. Like I would not be able to just be like, yep, I knew that all along. Like, what?
Right. It was very odd that it was all coming out now, because I felt like, you know, you really could have benefited her a lot.
Exactly.
About 3 hours ago.
Like, I know that she wasn't necessarily privy to Cain, but like, actually, was she though? Like, I feel like she knows everything.
She probably knew, yeah.
Exactly. Like, she maybe could have given Celaena a little bit of an edge. Like, I don't know.
Okay. Well, she didn't, but she does reveal in the end, which I guess is better than nothing. It's better for us, I guess. So, true. Dorian apologized to Celaena for being non-responsive. He takes that time to then mac on her. And the Duke and the King start talking. The Duke discusses how he used, quote, the power on Lady Kaltain. We realize that the King knew what Cain was doing the whole time, and that the King is using these powers for his benefit. It ends very ominously. We don't get much more information.
Snooze fest. Are we surprised? No.
Chaol visits Celaena and says that he's sorry. He's clearly in agony over killing Cain. I get it, but I don't get it. It's just one of those. It's too real.
Bad. I mean, I felt bad for him. This was sad to me.
It's too real in the sense that I could imagine you kill anyone, your soul would be in turmoil. But also it's a fantasy book and you're captain of the guard. Killing one very, very bad guy who has killed tons of others doesn't seem like something that would I would be agonizing over. But
well, when you do kill someone, we'll have to I'm just kidding. But
which I would never.
We'll circle back.
As you can.
Again, I'm saying to my FBI agent, I am not going to do that.
If you have any doubts, please back up 20 minutes. Those doubts will be removed. Celaena hugs Chaol, and it's so sweet because he hugs her back, and they just kind of sit in that for a second. But then Dorian walks in, and he's like, looks like you're in the middle of something. And I think that at this point, it's clear that Celaena starts to back off of Dorian, and she's really wanting Chaol.
Oh, I know. I don't know how I felt. I had mixed feelings on this because I was really starting to like Chaol at this point. And they just spend so much more time together. But I also love Dorito, and I wanted her to be like a queen. So, oh well.
It's hard because they both are great, and they're not doing anything wrong. They're doing the right things. And so it's really whichever way we're all going to cheer for. But right now it seems like Chaol's in the lead for us. as this book has gone. So Celaena tells Dorian that they can't be together, and she blames it on being the king's champion. She says it's complicated, but we also know, or she says it's complicated, you know, he's a prince, she's an assassin, it will never work. But we also know that it's that, and it's also Chaol.
And Chaol, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They agree on staying friends, but not in the way that they're both like very happy and, oh, we're good friends, but in the Dorian wants more, but it's fine for now kind of way.
Sad.
So, here's the end. Celaena dreams of the tomb again. Elena appears and Celaena thanks her for saving her life. Elena responds, blood ties can't be broken. Whatever that means.
I know.
Okay.
I'm honestly so over, like, not understanding
yes.
what's happening.
We're going to come back to this. No, we're not even. We're going to talk about it now. In ACOTAR, I feel like when the gods are mentioned, or not even gods, because Elena's not a god, but just, you know, their ancestors. It's very reverent. They're very, you know, the priestesses, other than, what's her name? The one that got her hands. Yeah, other than her, everybody's very, it's respectful. Yeah. And Celaena is immediately like, Elena is full of crap, and you need to tell me what's going on. I'm not doing this for you. Yeah, you tell me to win the championship. What do you think I'm trying to do? You know, just very sassy. And
but like, actually, I like
speak some truth. I do too. And so, but I'm already in the mindset of like, ugh, Elena, again, here we go.
Exactly,
and
because that's how
so
Celaena
funny.
is.
Mm-hmm. She gives me permission.
She does.
Last point. Celaena goes in and signs her contract with the king. She is going to be the champion for 4 years and then get her freedom. He says that if she ever chooses to run before that, he will start by killing Chaol, and then he'll kill Nehemia, and then he'll kill Nehemia's family. Ugly, ugly man. The end.
Yeah. And goodbye. No, yeah, I hated that. I mean, he had, honestly, I get it though. Like, he had to do something to keep her in check.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't love it.
No, and it was horrible to realize that he recognized her vulnerabilities.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he knew she was friends with Chaol, maybe more.
We don't think he's dumb, but I feel like the more you read, the more you realize, like, he just knows so much more than you think.
Yeah.
And he genuinely is, like, watching. If not him, like, he has people, like, watching everything. So it's like,
he's
really
watching
can't.
You. He's keeping
pull one over
a
on him.
list.
Yeah,
checking it more than once.
Yes. I'm so glad that we went on the same on the same wavelength on that one.
Yeah.
He's gonna find out if she's being naughty or if she's being nice, and he might be coming to town. Who knows?
Who knows?
Is it Yulmus?
That is Throne of Glass, everyone. We did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Another book in the books.
It was It was fun. We loved it, but we're also so grateful to be talking about the rest of the series.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, I hope you have a great night. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on Apple Podcasts. Feel free to comment on all our Instagram stuff too. That's also amazing. And have a great day and week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.